too much success with all their insightful views. Do you grow yourself or buy from the top shelf? Are you here to take the reins and gain back your health? Whatever it is, you know the biz. Leave a like, crack a pipe, and let's get on with it. If you want to acquire the knowledge, you don't have to go to college. You can just come hang with Aaron and Dave.
Welcome to the Elevated News Podcast for Two Dope Dudes. We're a podcast focused on discussing local and national cannabis news and culture. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Dave.
What's up, buddy? How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Just well. How are you doing? I'm busy as fuck, bro. To be dead ass honest with you, I'm so busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that it is a busy time in the industry. I know it's like the next 2 weeks it's so busy. Yeah.
Holidays, family.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm gonna stop moving for the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Dude, me too.
Yeah.
I know. I'm we're
Little bean event.
little bean event, December 15th, gonna be awesome. That's next Sunday.
You better be there. If I'm showing up,
Yeah.
you better show up.
Dave's showing up. It's gonna
Yeah.
be amazing.
I'll be there for a little bit.
Yeah. We started packing.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're anticipating that move too. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
a busy couple of weeks.
Hey,
Yeah, for
lifing
sure.
is lifing, dude.
Taking a trip for Christmas. That's cool. Going down south for a bit.
I'm gonna take care of your cats.
Yeah, just for a couple of days.
I like cats.
Yeah, they're cool. Yeah, I mean, next week you should come over and I'll show you the thing.
Okay.
You don't even
Can make that happen.
I might ask you to water like 2 plants. Super easy.
I know.
You know how to water. It'll be super easy. Yeah.
Can they drink Chippewa?
Yeah, probably. Probably it'd probably be fine. No, I use RO water, so it's just like zero.
Oh, nice.
So,
Okay.
and because there's lots of soil. Now, you don't want to necessarily use RO if you're in small soil because it can compound issues, but if you have big 90 gallons of soil or something like that, that doesn't matter because it can take care of itself.
Nice.
Yeah, but
I like dirt.
But you could do like Chippewa, that'd be fine. I actually used to run when I first started growing, when I figured out that the water quality there was terrible. I would have to go to Target once a week and buy like 30 gallons of water.
Yeah. Yeah. I grow one mean fucking aloe and a badass orchid
Yep.
with that Chippewa
True
right
story.
there. So I know
I've seen
that it'll work.
I'm still waiting for the time lapse of the orchid.
Oh, they're there. You haven't seen them?
No,
You ever watch
I thought you were gonna put them out on your YouTube or something. You should.
Oh, yeah.
You really
they
should.
They were okay. They aren't as good as you want them to be. They were filmed in front of a
Live studio
window.
audience. A live studio audience.
Yeah, they were. Yep. But yeah, everything else good. Cannabis, for everybody out there. 420. Wait, no, I called it 420. Green Wednesday was very green.
Yeah.
Yep. And now a temporary few moments of relaxation before we need to maximize on the next holiday's potential for,
I agree.
Yeah.
I gotta look for my you keep talking. I gotta bring up our timer that I can't find real quick.
Oh, that's all right. But yeah, I've had some really good last couple of weeks. I am trying my best to rebuild the culture of cannabis in a dispensary.
Mhm.
And there's some of it, but we're lacking in some of the things. And it was brought to my attention today where my failures are at
Oh,
Man,
that's always enlightening, isn't it? But
isn't it?
it's hard sometimes to take the emotion away from that, but it really is important to try.
No, and so I did. And I'm
Yeah,
actually very good at this, to
I
be
know.
quite honest with you. More than anything, I wish, uh, we're in a wild times, right? Just say what you got to say.
Yeah,
Some people beat around the bush sometimes, and I'm trying so hard. I'm like, tell me what I can do, and then you're not gonna hurt me. I just need to know so that I can make it fucking better.
yeah,
And then when you finally crack through to that person who will open up enough to tell you
yeah.
what needs to be done better, I dig that, you
Mhm,
know? And I went through that experience. I wish there was more pointed direction, you know?
mhm.
Hey, this is what I would like to see, but instead it was like, hey, go observe and then figure it out, which you know who's good at observing and figuring it out? I figure him out, you know? So
That's true.
I'll go figure it out and we'll make it right. And it's just it's the only thing is don't let it become too retail. You got to keep some of that cannabis culture
Yeah,
involved, you
for
know?
sure.
Everybody loves a little bit of love.
Well, I mean, you guys, I'll say, I've seen representatives from your specific dispensary out and about in the community at events that I go to. Like not even like stuff that like I would expect them to be there at. I've interacted with them; they're really nice. I know you guys were nice enough to hang my
Yeah.
Fox Valley Growers Club, for medical cannabis growers and patients in your dispensary, which I was very appreciative of. Not a lot of dispensaries, not a lot of corporate dispensaries would actually interact with the public like that. So, kudos to your specific one.
Yeah, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
There, and honestly,
Send this to them and let them know.
yeah, yeah. No, I dig. And the truth is, like, I think they care enough that they're pumped that somebody cares enough,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Which is very um it's nice because there's a lot of people who have some really good intentions and some really good ideas,
Yeah.
and actually very good skills
Yeah.
and capabilities, that don't get the ability to actually accomplish what they're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the space that I'm in, I've been given the tools and the assistance and the whatever. Um, there is a lot. It's just like I feel like I can take my little workspace
Mm-hmm.
and then I equate it to life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there is so much life going into it. You have the
Right.
employees,
Mm-hmm.
you have the management,
Sure.
you've got the ownership,
Yep.
you've got the consumer.
You've got the state.
Oh, you've got the
You've got the
watchful eye.
politics.
You've got
Yeah,
multiple watchful
for
eyes.
sure.
So there's so many. Yeah,
Well,
and it's
you're
religious, it's
yep,
political,
yep.
it's psychological, it's medical, it's fucking retail. It's got all of these aspects to it.
Hmm.
So you see so many different things come together under one roof, and I see the average. I think the big thing that a lot of people say is lack of communication, right? When things are going bad or when there's like, it's like, well, what could be improved? Well, better communication. And I preach the
Okay,
same thing a
sure.
lot, right?
Yeah,
And I realize that there's times like here, I make the statement, I go, boom, that's it. I said it already, right? Like I
yeah,
can walk away from that now because it's out there, it's done. But then, like, that's also why I loop back on
yeah.
some things so regularly too, is because just pound these ideas, but
Hmm.
also the person who is here today wasn't here 5 weeks ago, and the
Right,
person who's here 5 weeks ago isn't going to be here in 5 weeks.
right.
Like we have to make sure that the same message is
Yep,
being repeated over and over so that there is a level of consistency.
correct.
And I realize that maybe that's where I'm downfalling in some of these places. I give the good morning speech and I give the goodbye speech really well. But the middle of the day, I'm so busy doing stuff, right? There's so much stuff to do that I forget to hold those communications that are essential for people to feel heard and understood, but
Mm,
also to give input for
sure.
progression, right? Because I
Yeah.
think everybody's input's worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe, and this could apply to lots of people, but this is just something that I've run into. Maybe always remember the human, I like to say, but B, remember to involve your humans in what you're actually doing, because then there's better understanding. You know what I mean? If you kind of bring them in on the plan, and this goes for everybody, like, I'm sure you could say this probably about your bosses at some point, and I have certainly said this about my bosses before, like, let me in on the plan so I know what to do.
Today, I
Be-
literally told my boss, I'm like,
well,
"Are
there you
you
go.
guys hiding shit from me? Are you keeping secrets? Like, just let me into the fold of this and let me
Oh yeah,
know."
for sure. I was just saying, like, sometimes when people are like, "Oh, the manager is so busy because all he says is good morning and goodbye," like maybe let him in on like how busy, like all the things that you're doing to make sure everything's running, and then they understand that too.
And
So like
right, I
that's what I'm saying. It could apply to everybody. I'm
no,
not trying
yeah,
to call you out
no,
specifically.
and but you're bringing up completely valid points in it too, though. I just hope that, um, in
I
the same way that I experienced my communication failures, I
sure,
hope that, I also am able to present the
yeah,
proper communications when it needs to be. And that's why
yeah,
we ask y'all to please put in the comments, ask us what you're curious about, especially in the cannabis space,
yeah.
right? Whether it's medical, recreational, personal, growing, consuming, whatever it is, there's so many aspects of cannabis that, um, you know.
We'd like to talk about.
Oh man.
You know, we've been getting a lot of good
Yeah, we
feedback
really,
recently.
I'm telling you what, I'm pumped about it. And your lovely mother dropped like the most awesome comment in the Facebook world of things
Oh
and
yeah.
like just made my soul
Ah,
so fucking happy.
nice.
Yeah,
I missed it because I don't have Facebook.
just properly placed love
Oh,
from different.
I'm sure all my disc golf friends are like, "Who is this weird lady?"
She's the most amazing human. I'm such a fan. No, I mean, and that's the other thing too is when we go behind the keyboard, sometimes it's easier to
Yeah,
communicate to people and like
yeah,
actually have some of them open conversations. But then also we're like, who is that? They're cool as
yeah.
hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, my mom is awesome. No
Amazing.
lie.
Amazing.
No lie. Hey, we got some cool shit to talk about today.
Let's do it.
So let's get on with plugs real quick. If you grow, having the right gear for your home garden makes all the difference. That's why you need to get on board with Crop Culture's quarterly home grower boxes.
Crop Culture releases insane value boxes every 3 months packed with premium seeds, growing equipment, and unique extras tailored for those who want to plant with a purpose.
But that's not all. Coming soon, they're launching monthly crop drops, where you can snag a pack or two of Fire Genetics along with must have gardening accessories like AC Infinity's legendary trimming scissors.
We're talking stickers, mystery goodies, and deeply discounted bundles you won't find anywhere else. Just an easy one-time purchase with no commitment.
Their current quarterly box is an absolute steal, featuring top shelf genetics, a pH meter or smell proof bag, monitoring tools, fermented plant probiotics, and more.
And for our listeners, use the code TwoDopeDudes for $10 off any purchase of $100 or more at cropculture.net.
So whether you want the full quarterly experience or just need a regular re-up, Crop Culture's got you covered.
Level up your garden and score some gear that'll have your plants standing tall. If you grow, you need to check them out at cropculture.net before sold out regret sets in. Let them help you plant with a purpose. Hey, Curious connoisseurs, are you looking to elevate your wellness routine? Take it up a notch with Mr. CBD Chicago.
That's right, dude. They've got everything you need from their brand new El Jefe line, with CBD and THC sprays for a discreet and convenient dose, to their legendary Moonrock matte bottle rockets and the always satisfying Spliff Society pre-rolls.
And listen up, Two Dope Dude listeners. Use the code TwoDopeDudes at checkout for 10% off your entire order at MrCBDChicago.com. That's right, 10% off.
So ditch the stress and embrace the good vibes with Mr. CBD Chicago. Head over to their website today. Just remember, use the code TwoDopeDudes for that sweet discount. You're not going to regret it. Hey there, fellow plant enthusiasts. Tired of using chemical fertilizers that harm your soil and the environment?
We feel you. That's why we want to introduce you to Green Grow Biological.
Green Grow offers organic soil amendments packed with beneficial bacteria and mycorrhizae fungi like their popular Pride Bloom fertilizer and flower finisher.
These little powerhouses work together to improve your soil health, helping your plants grow strong and healthy naturally. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, Green Grow has something for you.
And because Green Grow is committed to sustainable practices, you can feel good about what you're putting into your home and garden.
Head over to thegreengrow.com to learn more about their amazing products and how they can help you take your gardening to the next level.
And listen up, because here's a special offer just for our listeners. Use the code TwoDopeDudes for 10% off your entire order at thegreengrow.com.
That's TwoDopeDudes for 10% off at greengrow.com. Happy planting!
You can find us, the Elevated News Podcast, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all your other favorite streaming and podcast apps. Two Dope Dudes YouTube channel. Please give us a like, leave a review. This helps us reach more people. You can find us at supportdopepeople.com, along with links to our other pods. Free stickers just by providing your email and address. Shirts and hoodies. Macho, the latest man to buy a hoodie. Saw him wearing it at MJ BizCon in Vegas last week. Macho, appreciate you. You know that, bro. You're my homie for life.
Yeah, super fan.
Oh, yeah. And then, please, Lil Bean farewell party / market tickets. The Eventbrite link is on the Lil Bean Farmers Market page, and I'm sure you can get stuff at the door. It'll be in Elgin at the same spot the Go Cup was at. It's awesome.
Bingo.
Yep. December 15th. Hope to see you there. I wouldn't miss it if I were you.
I even am going. So show on up. Let's hang out. I'll high five and give some hugs.
Two Dope Dudes will be there for the first time. Yeah.
Please, what are you doing on Thursday night? Come check me out. Peace, Love, and Cope on YouTube. I am just live streaming. It is a direct access to ask me questions about cannabis. Aaron is also there with most of the time.
Yeah.
Please, it's just another community, but there's a lot of the same group here, but bud tenders and sales folks from the industry, higher up representatives. We've got just also medical patients and whatever. So there's just tons of different walks of cannabis. Come hang out, be part of it, share your ideas.
Oh yeah, other thing. December 19th, I am going to try and make it again. 1937 group doing their healing tour. It's also in part with High Focus Media. Love those people. I went to the first one. It was super cool. We have friends over at 1937 group and our other networking group that we used to do.
Yeah.
It was a fun time. You should come if you even feel like it could be beneficial to you. Just come join. There's smoke tents. There's DJs, there's food, it's a good time. There's breathing exercises. It's dope.
Yeah.
Last time Dabstract Labs was the Dab host. So
nice.
Shout out them. Shout out this hat.
Shout out this hat.
Shout out this hat too. No, I just saw
oh, you're the man.
No, I love the guys over at 1937. They've been great to us. Super nice.
Yeah, 100%.
And then High Focus Media, also great to us.
Oh, and that's what I think the whole thing is here. I think that there is an ability for everybody to exist in this space. We keep saying it. It just takes deregulation of some things and not over-regulating. Watch us get into this shit eventually.
Yeah. I got 3 comments on the last one. Good views though. 173.
Nice.
Hey, can't beat that. Always like to see lots of views. It means our message is reaching people, and that's it's the whole reason we do this. The fact that we can reach 2 people is great. 3 people is even better. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that any of what you or I say comes from we're not profiting from this. It's just our perspective on things.
Yep.
We do have some direct ties to some very cool fucking people in this world of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We both have a fuck ton of experience in cannabis as well, and are both right. So
Yeah.
I think that our opinions on some things should be at least considered, and
Yeah.
it might not be for everybody, and not a lot of people need to talk about cannabis or want to, but I beg you
It's
to
our
find another
passion.
place
Yeah.
that has as and there's some badasses out there, but yeah, there's some good knowledge on this couch.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cole Memo. New place sounds awesome. I'm hoping that it's going to be.
Cole,
Yeah.
I cannot wait to talk with
Yeah.
this man.
Yeah. Look for the Cole Memo to be on the Elevated News podcast with Two Dope Dudes in the new year.
Yeah.
I've already talked to him, and he is down, as well as some of our other friends.
I'm into it.
Elisa 1214. I was right. It was Elisa.
Nice.
Hi guys, from Angelo and I. See you on the 15th. We have our tickets. Can't wait to see you there.
Yes.
And
I'm super into it.
yeah.
No, I love that. Any interaction from the outside, thank you all. And you don't have to go out of your way to go silly with it, but I genuinely, if you have questions about this thing, please ask. Let me help. Let Aaron help.
Yeah, absolutely. Or is it? Oh, this one. I wanted to show you this one. I need a job. Are you local to Elgin?
TwoDopeDudes, bring in fire. I am not, but I might know some people.
Cool. I will. Yeah. I will send that person over to your. I will reply and tell them to go to your YouTube channel and get in touch with you.
Yeah, do that. I might have some abilities to assist and help.
Cool. Awesome. And then shout out to everybody that was in the live chat. Appreciate you. Where was that at? Kind Bud, Stank Nugs, 333, Heisenterp, Mr. Rourke, Steve-O, You Better Believe-O, Seymour Cannabis. Check out Seymour Cannabis. Streams his grow tent almost all the time. I catch on that stream sometimes. It's fun. Daily Homegrown, Gary Cornett.
Hey,
Always Gare
God.
Bear. Yeah, Gare Bear is always showing up.
Wow.
TBD. Let's see here. Anybody else? Anybody I'm missing?
That's so
I hate
cool.
missing people.
There's so many. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I wish that I was not working during these times so I could be
I
more
know.
present. I do turn it on sometimes and let it sit on the desk, but
No, I appreciate that. Hey, view's a view.
hey,
Hey, speaking of, so one of my friends who works at a dispensary, that's not named Dave, was super happy the other day. He said, "Hey, we made bonus this month." I said, "Shit." And I said, "Yeah, I think so, because Illinois October cannabis sales bounce back from Illinois News Joint. So it seems like it's a good,
well,
you know,
all things are trending up. It is the holiday season.
Yeah.
We're right around some really big times: Black Friday,
Sure.
Green Wednesday, Christmas time. There's a lot of gifting. There's a lot of excess spending going on in all retail experience.
Yep.
So cannabis will follow that trend.
Yeah, for sure. From our friends over at Illinois News Joint, Illinois October cannabis sales bounce back. Said after a dip in sales in September at like 136 million, October bounced back closer to the average at 142 million.
Well, and so when you take that 30 days has September, April, June, so October has 31.
Yeah.
So then you got one extra day to do sales in,
Yeah.
and the average sales is $5-6 million a day. So you bump yourself back up. It's not
Sure.
a huge
It's not a climbing, but it's a backup.
It's a consistency.
It's a consistency.
November's sales will go up.
Yeah.
There should be a from 140 whatever to up, and there is a holiday where people don't consume. So my guesstimation is, even with a lack of a day, you will see some numbers like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it goes on to say it's looking like they're expecting Total sales for 2024, December and November not included, have already reached 1.5 million. November and December totals should combine for 285 million, which would bring Illinois 2024 sales totals to a new record high of around 1.8 billion. So
And
there
hey,
you go.
bingo, bango. Let's root for the best. That's
Yeah.
5 years into it, and we still aren't hitting the $2 billion range because we're
1.8.
sending so much fucking revenue over state lines. Still, we talked about this before, but that's that's the things we got to fix, right? We gotta make sure they spend the money here, right? Like if
Yeah.
you decrease your tax rate a little bit. Right, so that they buy more.
There's 3 states that have a 10% across the board tax rate.
So silly.
I mean, that's great.
And they allow people to grow in their state.
That's
They allow
because their states haven't put their state in a burden where we have to have all this extra money just to pay our promised pension.
Yeah, but it
Blah blah
exactly.
blah. Yeah, right.
But the damn
Right.
Anyway, never mind. Never mind.
Politicking.
Yep.
Speaking of, Illinois records best monthly medical cannabis sales since May.
Hey, let's go.
November.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
November totals jumped up to 23 million, the highest monthly total since May 2024.
Again, biggest consumer
Yep.
month of the for cannabis. This is the biggest month. November has to be the biggest
Yep.
month.
Yep.
I mean, if 420 does it, but 420 is one day
Yep.
where Green Wednesday, Black Friday, you're holding 2 monsters in one. I mean, you're holding them 3 days apart. from each
Licensed
other.
medical cannabis dispensary served almost 60,000, 59,467 unique patients. That's almost 60,000. Dave and I were looking at a thing earlier. We'll probably talk about it next week. But the amount of medical card holders being about hovering about 140,000.
Yeah, and it's the amount of them that are going to recreational. And here's the fucked up thing. Illinois
Right.
pretty much made it so that the medical license is nothing more than your fast pass, right? It's like your fast
Right.
pass at Disneyland. Go get you that. You're going to get your taxes decreased. Now, if you're able to find a
Yeah.
medical dispensary in the middle of that, you're even more drastically saving your rates. But it's so much more convenient for them to take the 20% that most, recreational dispensaries are given to medical patients to
Yeah.
come in as an upfront discount, so that by the time that the 30% tax hits or whatever, you go right back to the same rate that you began,
Yeah.
right? So it's wild, dude. To me, I just don't know how to give us the monies. Let Illinois,
it has to be so regulated so they get their tax money.
Michigan,
Because that's all they care about is their tax money. They don't actually care about cannabis.
Michigan has, well, I guess up in the north they have Wisconsin, and then they have Indiana, but
Uh-huh.
Ohio is the only other
There's even
bordering.
talk in Indiana and Wisconsin right now about there's more talk coming out of Indiana and Wisconsin about it's time to start getting on this marijuana train.
Yeah, Indiana should be within the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Were you and I talking about this?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, me and another friend were talking about Indiana. We saw some stuff come up. We were
Yeah.
talking about the regulation over there, and even they just got a new representative
Mhm.
that is very pro
Sure.
medicinal cannabis, which
Sure. Access to
again,
cannabis is
minimum,
d-
right?
regardless of what we're talking about, we're both championing access to cannabis.
There was
That's literally our real mission.
in the IDFPR's
Mhm.
most recent newsletter, whatever.
Yeah.
They used a word. I want to say it's nascent or something like that. NASCENT. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But
That's
it
the-
means that this market is showing potential and has real potential, that now they're going to give this effort to it finally. It's
Mhm.
like, I was like, man, after what is it, 9 years, almost 10 years of the market being around, finally they're like, we're going to put some effort into it because it shows some potential for us. They motherfucker, he's got 350, $400 million in fucking tax money last year. What the fuck you mean it's showing some incentive? Like, it just blows my mind that finally, is that what it is? Is that the word?
Yeah, no, it is the word. I
Oh,
just
good. Thank God.
yeah, no, I was like, wait, isn't Nascent technology something else? But that's
But yeah, it literally was like, when I saw that word, when you're going to describe a market as something and then you use a word that I don't understand, I
yeah,
went back to look
Nascent,
it up, and then I was like, it's
just beginning.
just
It's like
beginning.
the
It's in its
space industry. It
Oh,
says
it's just showing some potential to be something finally after 10 fucking years. Like, yeah, yeah. The fucking $400 million in tax money you stole from the, well,
I mean,
listen, hey, well, I'm not going to get too up, but just, it's crazy.
it is crazy.
Crazy.
Hey, you want to talk about the big one?
Yeah.
Illinois Supreme Court rules that the smell of marijuana justifies police search of vehicles.
Oh,
We've talked about this a little bit.
I've talked about this with every single
know.
human recently. Everybody wants to talk about this.
Well, I mean, the thing is the reason we haven't speculated much is because until the ruling comes out, it's just it's speculation. And for us to actually talk about stuff, there's a lot of stuff we could actually talk about on this show, but I feel like everybody's doing it. And just to do something to be clickbaity or to like get views feels ungenuine to me.
Yeah, there's
know
a
what I
point
mean?
though, but like this shit right here, it's the big point, right? Like, if don't
Yeah.
feel bad, literally use this as the thing.
Oh yeah,
and
for
then
sure.
immediately like put it as the main bookmark point in here, whatever, because people want to hear about what's
Yeah.
going on here. And I have a take at it. We're gonna obviously Marijuana Moments
Mhm.
does a good job of, I'm covering most things, so
I'm just
sure.
talking about the reason we haven't necessarily talked about it too much before because it would be so clickbaity. You know
and
what I
there's
mean?
and there's some of that too. Yeah, I hear
Yeah.
you, but we lost our 7 billion person contract.
I know, so it doesn't matter. Even though marijuana is legal in Illinois, I beg to differ. This is what it says. Cannabis is merely highly regulated. We have a highly regulated tax structure for cannabis in Illinois.
That's it.
But this is what by Kevin Bessler says, the Center Square. Even though marijuana is legal in Illinois, the state's highest court has ruled that the smell of raw cannabis is enough for police to search a vehicle.
That's after a ruling from the high court that also said the smell of burnt cannabis is not probable cause for search.
Correct.
Which, let's talk about some fucking contradiction.
Also, that's not to say any of our friends who do podcasts who have talked about it before are doing it for clickbaity. I just
Hell
meant for,
no,
I just meant
mean,
for us. I don't want it to.
Oh, fuck,
I don't want
no.
somebody to be like, "Were they talking about me?" No, we weren't talking about you.
I don't give a shit. But I
Anyway.
mean, the truth. I hear what you're saying too. There's some of this stuff that we could just immediately jump and make a little clip about, and that's fine. But there is more context to
Right.
a lot of why we're speaking on what we're talking on, and there's a little bit more personal and anecdotal evidence that gets presented in what we're speaking on, instead of let me regurgitate
Right.
what that human said over there. I want to interpret what they said and then give you two perspectives
Yep.
on it.
So the case stems from a 2020 traffic stop in Whiteside County when a trooper said he smelled fresh cannabis. I wonder, like, what terp he was smelling. Like, are they going to search my car if I have like a bunch of rosemary in it?
Well, and
They're going to say they smell fresh cannabis because
they've been doing it for fucking ever. Like they give a shit.
I
Like
know,
any
I'm just,
one of
I'm
us
just
is.
saying.
Well, and that's
It's
the
so-
thing.
it's-
They keep.
What is the smell of fresh cannabis?
They dangle this carrot in front of fucking cannabis
Sure.
consumers' faces all the time about, oh, bro, don't smoke weed in your fucking car. Okay.
Yeah, I know people
Also,
who do that, and it's wild.
we're at the point too where you know what your legal rights are, right? Keep the shit in a fucking smell-proof container or out of arm's reach. And if it's in your trunk and they somehow figure out, bingo, if they somehow smell the thing, at least it's properly stored and at least it's properly fucking handled, right? I can't prevent the smell-proof packaging that the state provides to me, right? The packaging that I'm buying my fucking stuff in doesn't smell. But there are plenty of smell-proof packaging, whatever. It's just a bunch of bullshit for them to fucking claim probable cause. The same way when I wear this fucking weed bandana and they pull me over, they're motherfucking searching me.
Yep.
Yep, they do it every time. So,
and when we get searched, it's always fun.
You're not a criminal. You have small amounts of cannabis in a fucking state where I bought the shit from. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? There's a weird level of regulation, but this is what goes on, right? There's this immediate, as all of us, we go, all right, what's the truth? Should I not? Should I, whatever? Just do the fucking right thing right from the beginning. Put the thing in the trunk, smell-proof package, do all the things that they're saying so that if it comes up and you have an issue, because it depends on who you run into, right?
Yep.
We all know it. We've all, even every cop in the fucking world, even the douche canoe will tell you that if you run into me on my wrong day, it's probably a bad fucking day for you. I
Yep.
literally talked to a guy who was a cop one time who said, if you are a dumb stoner kid, I would like to slam you on the ground. And I said, God damn, that's an aggressive fucking statement,
Hell
right?
yeah.
But they are allowed to say whatever the fuck they want whenever they want to. So understand that the wrong guy on the wrong day is just the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Be compliant. Don't overcarry. Don't do things that are going to get you into the spots. And once they do, don't go, oh, well, it's because of the smell of burnt cannabis or non-burnt cannabis. Oh, they were going to fuck you no matter what if they're going to fuck you, right? But that's my take at this. And I just wish that the regulations changed. Well, it's the same thing I think
Yep.
we've talked about from forever. How is it that the high court can say the smell of burnt cannabis, not probable cause? The smell of unburnt cannabis, definitely
Well,
probable
here this
cause.
says it was fresh cannabis. Conducted a search of the vehicle and found several joints of marijuana in a cardboard box. That's ridiculous.
What about people who
What is
work in
fresh cannabis?
cultivation who
I've seen
literally are
people-
rubbing up against these plants
Yep.
all fucking day long?
Mhm.
Every time that they get fucking pulled over
Yes.
coming home from work,
I've seen comments about it.
it's so dumb. It's so unrealistically thought. There's no
Dude,
logic.
I could say I work. What are you talking about? I work in a flower.
What are you talking
greenhouse.
about? It's fucking hemp.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
I'm a farmer.
This is hemp.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
No matter what, the rest of forever until they change some laws, it's hemp.
I think we're gonna get another extension. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. What it comes down
Yeah,
to,
probably.
so the Illinois Supreme Court says that the smell of raw cannabis is okay for them to search you, but the smell of burnt cannabis is not probable cause to search you. So just don't be stupid.
They're going to search your shit. And if you smell like cannabis, period,
get your
burnt,
medical
unburnt,
card.
fucking anything, it
get
doesn't
your
matter.
medical card so that your possession limit is way higher.
And get a fucking extension on your possession
Yeah.
limit so that you're allowed to carry a reasonable amount of cannabis per what you're doing or what you know what I mean?
what your purpose is.
Bingo.
That's
because
this also protects you at home by being allowed to keep what you cultivate,
Well,
which is how it should be.
the
You shouldn't have to give up what you cultivate.
the cancer patients that I
Yeah.
used to see who probably aren't coming back to your fucking store anytime soon. The fact that they're
People
not
with
just allowed to dump however
Yeah.
much fucking money that they want into this thing, buy as much as you fucking want, sit on a mountain of it.
Yeah,
What the fuck's the difference?
yeah,
Because that same human could go to fucking Binny's, pile up they could pile up every single cart in the fucking building, walk it through the line. The person just has to keep ringing them out, and just fucking go on with it. We can go into Walgreens, buy fucking ibuprofen, which if you take 50 fucking doses of, you have the potential to toxically shock your system. You take 100 doses of it, you have the chance of toxically shocking your system with the potential of death. And we sell fucking 500 of them in a bottle.
Mhm.
Who gives a flying fuck, right? And you can buy multiple bottles of it. Just so long as there's no you can't get intoxicated, you know. It's so wild. It's so wild. To me, we lack logic in that respects of what cannabis is. we and all of this regulation, who's supposed to make the rules, who doesn't make the rules, who the fuck is gatekeeping medical conditions and shit. Get the fuck out of here with all of it. There's no like truth to what cannabis is capable of, or like the negative impacts of what cannabis has done. The most negative thing that cannabis has done for anybody is incriminate them by possessing it. It's the only negative that's come from cannabis from forever.
Well,
The stigmas and the people who have demonized this thing made them to where their loved ones are demons and they're unworthy of their communications, or it's so fucking crazy.
Well, what it comes down to is that cannabis is not actually legal in Illinois.
We clearly just see it with that right there.
It's not legal in Illinois. Illinois is still writing laws to criminalize.
That's it right there.
Criminalize cannabis and people and profit off of it. And until we start showing up more, it's probably not going to change.
Well,
and that's the bottom line.
Period.
The Stone Cold says so. I don't know.
No, you're right. But even then, isn't it weird to think how many people have shown up? You've shown up. Mark went down there. Cole goes down there. The news joint guys go down there. There's the amount of people that are around this community that we've talked to who have literally been in fucking Springfield talking to representatives in the face of, with more than just anecdotal evidence, but with mountains of anecdotal evidence, who just get overlooked by one lobbyist with a few extra dollars who goes, listen, it's in my interest and your pocketbook's interest to not fucking do that. And then as the government, they go, you know what? You're right. Our pocketbook deserves more attention than the constituents, the consumers, the medical patients.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
You know who deserves more attention? The stony friend in your life, or your stony significant other. It's just about to be Christmas time, and they deserve.
What a transition.
I mean, hey, buddy.
What a transition. You're right.
They deserve your attention, and I thought that it might be fun for us to like do a little holiday gift guide for stoners, and we could just make little comments on some of these things that we found.
You need to get your crop culture box.
Number one, get the crop culture box. It's got the Herbs Now dryer.
You're missing out if you're not. Listen, that's
our number one.
And how good of a gift is that, right?
Yeah,
so get one for you and one for your friend. Use the code TwoDopeDudes at check. Gee, what are you guys doing?
Yeah. Number one on the gift guide, crop culture Christmas box with Sin City seeds, Herbs Now dryer, and I think there is might be a can or a seed starter from Root Nerds.
Listen, all I'm saying,
I just can't remember, and I'm not going to look it up right now.
Are you? Yeah,
because then I'd have to like go like this, and it's whatever. Anyway, cropculture.net.
That's right.
We love you, Chris. Thank you, buddy.
How about some? Oh, instead of that, let's plug our friend who does papers, huh? I like that guy.
I was going to get there at the other one, but yeah, for sure. On this list is raw ethereal papers.
I think instead of going with some raws, they're everywhere and they'll be fine without you consuming their ethereal papers.
Yeah. They're super thin, I think. I like OCBs, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. The rice papers?
Yeah, the rice papers.
Yeah, they're super
nice.
fire. What's his Spliff Society?
Spliff Society.
Go fucking get some fucking joints from Spliff Society. Get you some of them. What's the ones?
The rose cones.
The rose cones, bruh.
Yeah.
People like them roses, all right?
For sure.
All right, anyway.
Look at this Noble Puff wooden spoon pipe. That looks kind of nice.
That's cute.
It's $27.50 on eBay.
Oh, look at that.
It's got like a little glass piece.
That's adorable.
And then, that's nice.
No, I think Also, what the Sam?
420 cute kisses. 420 kisses. Cute dragon ceramic pipe does not look like
How do you feel about smoking out of ceramic?
Have done it. Don't like it.
Not my thing.
Yeah.
And they don't they gunk up really weird
Yeah.
and stuff. So maybe, I will tell you something shamelessly that I've thoroughly enjoyed, and you thoroughly enjoy. How about that?
Oh, the Puffco. I do like the Puffco. I do like the Puffcos.
You know what I mean? I think it's a good product. A lot of people around me use them as far as an electronic dab situation.
It's
But
like
also
it's
the Luca Seahorse. A lot of people are going
Yeah.
just like kind of that more dry hit. Let me pull it straight out of my puck and
Yeah.
go for it. I say run them.
Oh, is that the hot temp things? Like
It's a nectar collector,
nectar
essentially.
collector. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've
just a
seen those
direct
before.
raw. Yeah.
Yeah, except
And
then
some of
then
them
when
are
people have
water
those,
filtered.
and then they're like, "Oh, let me try your dab," and then they're all up in your dab, and that's
and hey,
super
listen,
annoying.
now you got to take your own, get a little
That's super
silicone puck or
annoying.
something,
Yeah.
maybe. And yeah.
I've had that happen to me, and if you were that person, sorry, but like I've offered people dabs, and they're like, "Oh, can I hit that?" And then they're like touching my dabs and shit, and I'm like,
Yeah,
"Fuck
no,
you, dude.
do it to your own.
That's
Dab your own.
gross."
Yeah, no, it honestly, I think the other thing, let's see, what else is on this list? I like this.
we
It's
got-
triggering my.
This is a G Pen Dash Plus. This is like a dry herb vaporizer.
Okay.
I've heard decent things about it.
I've been intrigued by a thing called the Omura recently.
Yeah.
We brought it in. It's got a little refillable pod thing, or you're not supposed to refill. It's like a throwaway thing. So they're kind of bringing like pack style.
What about the? I mean, don't forget about the O Pen. The O Pen. Remember
yeah.
our friends at Total Homegrown.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's
That's
see.
right.
Yeah.
Damn it. Total homegrown.
Total Homegrown. Check him out over at Honeycomb Hideout.
Yeah.
There's a Christmas party coming up. But,
Speaking of, go to the Honeycomb Hideout.
yeah, please.
Me too.
Yeah. Smell proof bags.
Oh, what a brilliant holiday idea. You know what? They're not that expensive. And some of them are very
The
expensive.
good ones are
But
expensive.
some of them that are very expensive.
You know who had a really nice one was RF Canna at the Seed Swap had. I specifically asked him, I was like, "That's a really nice bag," and he's like, "That's a skunk bag," and I was like, I got you. That's why it's nice, because you paid for it. And he's like, "Yes, I did."
Nice.
Gotcha.
Well, and that's
because I got a raw bag and it the zipper broke and it sucks. I can't use it now because it won't zip up.
yeah.
And
I
that was
had one
expensive.
that had where the two zippers come together and then it locks right there.
Yeah.
But isn't there some smell that's coming from where the zippers aren't?
Probably.
I mean, it's.
I like. I have the one. I got one from cropculture.net. The
Damn.
airy bag. It's just too small for what I want. I want
Well, and
like
that's
a
it too.
actual big bag. Although I did get one from Miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was out in Colorado, that was fun.
Yeah. Hey,
smell
I
proof
like
bags.
smell proofs. That's a good idea for your friends too.
This is a Pathfinder hemp and root. Elevate any gathering with Pathfinder hemp and root. A unique non-alcoholic. Yeah, I would not bring that to your friend's house.
Yeah, and the other thing is dispensaries have access to drinks and stuff that are produced really well. And honestly, if you're going to spend $20 on something or whatever to get a genuinely decent effect, there's some dispensaries out there. Do we have any friends making any that we can plug? Some drinks or some tinctures or some whatever.
Mr. CBD Chicago and El Jefe CBD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I tried to go on his thing the other day. I was having troubles on the site.
I don't know. Follow him.
I'm gonna hit him up.
Hit him up.
But yeah, those are the go
as far as that. I'm not sure. No, I do have another. Well,
I just didn't.
I don't know if it's infused. Ganja. What is it? Ganja Goddess is great stuff.
Okay.
Delta 9 hemp. You
Okay.
can find it in pretty much anywhere now. Those are our friends, our hemp friends up in McHenry.
Nice. And honestly, just quality access to anything.
Mr. CBD was it the H2O 420 Fit? 420 Fit, that's what it is. 420 Fit water. Mr. CBD actually has some 420 Fit water.
Whoa.
There you go.
What a bamf.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, brain had to catch up. I had to think about that for a second. Here's 32 other best weed gifts for diehard stoners from Esquire magazine. It's a apothecary case.
Yeah.
Split Society does something like that.
Yeah.
Munchies Bong Appetit. I know you can find that at a bunch of dispensaries.
Yeah. Or come to some local classes
Mhm.
and share
Yeah.
recipe ideas, because I know some people who are probably far better at, well, I'm sure, I don't know the book, but there's some people who can tell you the nuances of decarboxylation
Yeah.
instead of just making it a cut and dry, set it at 220
Yeah.
degrees and call it a day. Because there are some times where you can push some things for certain reactions and then slow some things down to not get so aggressive. Anyway,
Oh, this is a
come talk
nice
to your friends.
Canistore, which I still rock my old Canistore. Grater V2 grinder. This is the best high tech grinder. It looks like it's like $25.
Well,
It looks like you can. It's got 2 plates. Lets you choose the fineness of the grind, and it stores plenty of leftover bud.
oh,
Yeah, that's cool.
eh,
Inverted lighter.
smell bags. I mean, you
Yeah,
always
smell
gotta go with the
bags.
smellies. Oh, I have one of those.
These.
Yeah, the Banana Bros Auto Electric Smart Herb Grinder
How
that
is
like
that?
fills joints. It's just a single grinder that
Mhm.
fills one joint at a time.
Yeah.
The appeal is very upfront.
Mhm.
The long term doesn't make as much sense, but I do genuinely use it every once in a while when I'm feeling super lazy and not like, I'm like, I'm just gonna pack a cone or something. I'll get that thing out and just pack one. It's okay.
It's okay.
That's okay. It does what it's supposed to do. And it's like all cannabis things though. Like I don't know a lot of the products, so I don't know.
Okay.
But it's like I can speak to Puffco doing Puffco shit right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Here's the Levo 2 infuser.
Yeah,
It's
that
like
thing's
$300.
you have a pot and a pan at home and you've
For
got some
sure.
friends around who can
Yeah.
locally come down. I'm not saying it's not a good gift idea, but I think what you should do is get your friend a ticket to the on Eventbrite for the 15th, the show on the 15th.
Yeah.
Come down, see some of your friends, pick up, because there should be some. Are there vendors there? Of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So there should be some real cool ass stuff for everybody to pick up vendor wise. Get ready to come get some real nice Christmas gifts, some
Yeah.
homemade also. Because again, I have that book. Holy shit.
High art.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really cool cannabis stuff right in our neighborhood.
Come see that girl
right?
at the market. She just did well at the melt market this week. This past weekend. She has lots of CBD tinctures and stuff that is
Nice.
just fantastic.
Nice.
She's awesome.
And that's it. Yeah. It's not all about always THC stuff. Some of that CBD
Here's
stuff.
Seth Rogen's $300 houseplant standing ashtray.
Pardon?
No, Seth Rogen, president of Stoners, has a Houseware Brands, and this is his $300.
Wait, did they just
Houseplant.
call him the president of Stoners?
Well, that's what this. Yeah, that's what Esquire called him, the president of Stoners. Anyway, remember I told you the other night you said something about Seth Rogen, and I was like, "Fuck that guy! He sells like overpriced ashtrays."
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
Yeah. That makes me sad.
Tabletop
Don't buy
grinder,
that,
Eddie
please.
Parker. Oh, that's kind of cute. It's green, white, gold, and black. It's a portable FX decarboxylator.
That might be Edie
$300.
Parker.
It is Edie Parker, probably.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it rang in my head after a minute. No, yeah, damn, all right. There's a lot of just wild shit coming to the market. You know what I like more than anything? Just a good clean glass pipe. Do we have any friends that do glass blowing and stuff?
Check out Woody's in Algonquin. Our
Woody's?
friend Welch and everybody up there, honestly.
Okay.
Fozzie. Yeah.
I mean, hey, listen, as long as we're shouting out the people, go
Yeah,
check
for
them
sure.
out if they've got the heady and the good. But it's also, too, I like a good pipe that I could accidentally knock off a table and isn't going to shatter on me. So
Yeah.
a nice piece of hefty glass, you know?
Yeah.
I don't need it to be name brand. I need that boy to know what he's doing when he blows it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, look at those. Crocs Unisex Classic Hemp Leaves Clog. I might have to try and get some of these too. I have green ones.
You like Crocs?
I have I use them in the garden. I use them downstairs in the garden. Those are my garden. I don't wear shoes.
That makes
I
sense.
I am yeah, I don't wear shoes downstairs.
And
I
those
just
are
put yeah,
easy to wash, so you
easy
could
to wash so they can
actually.
get wet. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Not great on if you drop a thing of
Anything on your feet.
water on your
Yeah.
foot. No,
Oh,
it's not
good
great.
night. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Um.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are some cool things. But
No, and
yeah.
I appreciate it. I like that section of things. Let's talk about some stuff that's going on in the consumable world, but also come to that market on the 15th because you can get all the stuff you need for the holidays.
No, your terpenes.
That's gonna be the new thing.
Happy. I'm glad we got here.
Know your terps with Dave.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Yep.
It's like there's like something about beta caryophyllene and caryophyllene just as a whole that man, does it make me happy. And the reason it makes me happy is because we recognize it as directly binding to the endocannabinoid system. It is the only terpene that we recognize binding at that rate. It's not that other terpenoids aren't playing effects on the endocannabinoid system, but the binding of directly is done by beta caryophyllene and is very effective at reducing inflammation.
Yeah.
Inflammation is probably the leading cause of pain without people knowing their pain cause, right? A lot of people will go pain, 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 ouch, 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 whatever. And we can go, okay, well, is it spasticity? Is it neuropathy? Is it nerve pain? Is it a headache? Is it because there's directness to some of these conditions, or is it inflammation? Which then there becomes maybe less directness because your joints may be inflamed, your muscles may be inflamed, your tissues may be inflamed, your intestines may, like every different part of you can inflame in different capacities, right? Which just essentially means irritated. And through different cannabinoid consumption and different terpenoid consumption, we have the ability to reduce inflammation very effectively to the point where that specific, what I just said, is why I linger on the words we should essentially call these essential cannabinoids.
Yeah.
The same way we say essential vitamins, because vitamins help regulate systems that are naturally occurring in our body and help regulate different responses. So too does these things regulate our endocannabinoid system, right? So I think and caryophyllene is black pepper.
Yep.
I constantly bring that point up to people who, hey, listen, for those of us who are hippie woo woo about some stuff too, we know
Mom.
that when we use turmeric,
Mom.
when we use turmeric, we also have to take black pepper with it, don't we? And turmeric is very anti-inflammatory and has tons of beneficial properties to it itself, but so too does black pepper, beta caryophyllene.
Right.
And it's not just anti-inflammatory, it's anti-oxidizing and there's plenty of other properties, but it's very anti-inflammatory to the brain as well.
Yeah,
right?
because
Which is
how it binds with the CB2 receptors. If you go back, we actually talk about CB1 and CB2 receptors early on in Know Your Cannabinoids with Dave.
oh yeah. And if anybody has any questions about it, I'll answer them
Yeah,
again just on
absolutely.
Thursday night. Come and ask.
Also, anybody with anybody who is concerned about gut health, probably want some of this beta carotene.
Yeah, 100%. I
Yeah.
mean, gut health is
Well, it's inflammation anyway, but
right.
like,
Bingo.
you know,
Bingo.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing is now when we understand that that is the thing that is also an added benefit,
right.
right? Now we get the CBD because
Mhm.
it's anti-inflammatory. We get the beta caryophyllene. We
Mhm.
get the CBG. We take all of the different parts of it, put it together, and now we figure out the proper method of ingestion. Well, my intestines hurt.
Right.
Maybe it is a suppository. Oh, well, my ears hurt. Maybe there is a fucking an oil that sits
Sure.
within the ear canal that works more effectively.
Mhm.
Whatever it is,
Yeah.
that's the progression, and I think that we see a beautiful job of it
Yep.
in even like recreational markets, but throughout all the different cannabis markets, hemp, recreational,
Yep.
whatever, we see different delivery mechanisms. And
If I have a bunch of lavender and hops in the car, do you think that the cop will say that it smells like fresh cannabis and search it? Just
it's-
wondering.
I mean, but
'Cause
that's it
those have
too. Is
terpenes
if
too.
you took, well, if you took like hops
Uh-huh.
and you took some oranges
Uh-huh.
and you took a little bit of lavender
Uh-huh.
and you took some black pepper
Uh-huh.
and you had that recipe of stuff sitting around in your car where it was aromatically present,
Yeah.
you would 100%
Smell like
be representing the exact nose that cannabis is.
Yep.
Cannabis does not have a discernible
Right.
different nose
Right.
without those things.
Right.
And if there
Otherwise
was
it just smells
garlic
like
or
a
there was
fucking raw plant.
well, right, or I mean, because some of these things smell like legitimate gasoline or whatever, if we took those raw components that have that same nose that are found in literal different plants across the entire world regularly, if we just took those different components and we had those in the car, there is no way
Also food flavoring.
well, even then, I mean, there is fucking candles made
Yep.
nowadays with the fucking essential oils of the plants that aren't cannabis to make them smell like fucking cannabis.
Mhm.
And it could, that's why we have the right to stop you, pull you over, take you away from what you're doing for the day. If you're fucking up and you're doing something wrong, maybe somebody should go, hey man, stop fucking up. You're going 100 miles an hour in a 50-mile-an-hour zone. Like slow the fuck down maybe because of whatever.
Please go read Anatomy of the State, Murray Rothbard. Thank you.
Well, and right. I'm even saying it's right. But I also think that some of this regulation has gotten to a point of
Mm-hmm.
taxation without representation. We'll just call it
Yeah.
what it is, right? We're being forced to pay an overabundance to them for them to give us the right to do the thing, to tell us we don't have the fucking right to do the thing.
Right.
It's the wildest circle of incoherent, nonsensical shit. And please speak with your representatives. Please show up to the fucking just show up. I
Just
don't
show
know.
up. Get your medical card. Get involved. Let's
Show
you
up
know.
on the 15th at the Little Bean event. Come hang out.
Yeah.
Give
Come
me
meet
give me a
people.
hug, and we'll
Oh,
maybe.
people are gonna be stoked that you're there, bro.
I'm ready to see my
Stoked.
friends.
There'll be lots of people there.
Yeah. I do love the fuck out of this community, and I love the fuck out of Charlie, and I love the fuck out of Mark, and there's been some really cool people that have helped me see a different
Mhm.
side of cannabis being represented from people who are no more than overregulated and but they're still jumping through the fucking hoops. They're
Yeah.
still taking all the fucking essential hoops to fucking make it so that they can provide a badass experience for people who deserve to have access to this thing to begin with.
That's right.
And if it's not even for just the raw consumables of things, right? Because in these vendor events, when we have handmade, crocheted,
Oh yeah.
fucking paintings and
Spiteful Stitchers. Check her out. December 15th. She's coming back. She's been I haven't seen her at a few recently, but she's coming back. She has all the bongs and infused joints for your cats.
yeah.
She
It's
is the shit. Yeah.
I'm a super big fan
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
Super big
Yeah.
fan.
Sorry, you said that and it reminded me.
And
Shout out to
good.
Spiteful Stitches.
Good. It should, because
Kayla.
that's what,
Yeah.
that's what I want to see too. Like, there's access and there's space for people who, okay, fine, I don't have the access to run or own a dispensary
Right.
myself. I have access to run one in some
Yeah.
capacity, but like to own and operate under my rule
Right.
completely, it's not there. It's not in the cards. Could I go ask for everything and fine, right? But that's not what I want to do. So
Those types of people who actually figure out their way to do that and continue to do that, I think is what you're saying. That's really what amazes you.
I'm
You know
blown
what I
away.
mean? Like, yeah, those are
But
the
I-
people that you got to support, that they might not be able to run to the dispensary, but like they can figure out their way, and they're part of the community.
they're offering
yeah.
they're offering badass products that align. And this is a thing where it's like support local, do
Support dope
whatever.
people.
Support dope people. Literally,
Support
fucking
dope
is the
people.
entire like.
Support everybody.
Why aren't these people shining more?
Yeah.
And to me, it's purely because the regulation against them, because it's so stigmatized for them not to be able to say, I have this is a joint of, right? Like even for the crochet lady, she goes, oh, it's just a cat toy. It's just a whatever, because and it's catnip and whatever, but you don't want, it's cute. It's whatever. But there's something that, like, we all have this little, when do they come after me and say, me? Because is it burnt cannabis or not burnt cannabis? When am I the fucking criminal?
I mean,
when are we the criminals? Is it when we're paying the fucking 40% taxes?
I mean, it's tax cannabis versus untaxed cannabis. Well, until, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, they either will or they won't. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's a nascent market, though, man. It's really finally picking up here after 10 years. It's showing its fucking potential. In America, fucking cannabis is, what is it, a fucking year? $40 billion fucking
Something
industry,
like that.
some shit.
Yeah.
It's just finally, it's nascent. It's just finally fucking showing some possibilities. Fuck me. Still an uphill battle, friends, but we got this shit.
That's right. Keep tuning in. We'll see you next week. We love you all. Smoke weed every day.
Love
Peace.
y'all. Bye.
Yo, ding dong, we're done here. Time to go.